Good morning. How's it all going? Thanks for joining me on my channel. This is now the third session in a week. But I looked at the weather today and I thought I can't miss it. It is beautiful today. It's supposed to be the coldest day we've had in a week. About 4 or 5 degrees, but that's not. Because there is a zero wind. The sun's out, not a cloud in the sky pretty much. And because there's no wind, it is lovely. I'm going to take this coat off in a minute. So I'm here at Commercial Walk. What a nice easy one today. My car's literally 3 feet from me. Get my gear out, fish. I was just talking to old Ray a minute ago. He rang me up. Apparently he fished here yesterday. Didn't get a bite. I know it has been tough lately. In the last 2 sessions I've only had 2 bites and 2 fish. 2 little whiting. But you never know, do you, what day is just going to switch on and be loads of fish about. So you just got to keep trying. And today's one of those days. Got 2 rods, got my Shakespeare salt as always, and I got my flatten. I finally got round to putting on my new line yesterday, my Berkeley, £50, straight through. That's one reel. I've got to do the other one tomorrow or tonight, so we can have a match and pair. Can't remember what this was. I think this was £16, Daiwa. Good line, but you'd have to put a shock leader on, and I hate shock leaders. I mean, I don't cast like some demon people do. I don't really need a shock leader for most of the fishing I'm doing, and certainly with £50 line. I only use 4 and 5 ounce weights, 4 ounce for the most part, and I'm just little lobs really most of the time, so I don't need it. What do I keep looking at? Why does this camera feel at us and put it in the wrong direction? Anyway, what else did I get? Oh, this arrived yesterday. I thought I'd buy a new pair of forceps. Didn't realise they were as beefy as this. These are pretty hefty. They weigh quite a bit and all. You can pull the sword out of the stone with this, I think. But sometimes when you get that deep hook, I just ain't got the forceps to get it out, and I don't like fish to suffer. The other thing I bought, just cheap, was a couple of syringes. Got my fish sauce with me, and I just thought, like the prawns, I didn't cover in any of that sauce, so I thought I'll buy a couple of syringes. They come with, like, obviously it's not a needle like you would give them blood, but a really thin end. Well, I could pump some into a prawn or a worm or anything I'm fishing with. See if that worked. I've got the same bait today as I've had all week, the mackerel with the fish sauce on, if you haven't been watching my previous videos, and the prawns. So I made up another rig last night because I lost that one. Wind has got up now, can you believe it? Where was I last time? Oh, at the Parrot House, where that rope and anchor is. I lost that rig I made, so I've made another one, single hook, running ledger with a bell. Didn't put a pop-up on this one, nor did I put the extra weight. I thought I'd just leave it as it is. Tide is coming in. It is now I said good morning, it's actually afternoon. It's 1:15. High tide is at 4:30. So we're fishing up. It's always best in this river in my experience. Top of tide is only 2.1 metres. It's never big here, so it's not pumping through really hard. I'll put one out nearer the middle, and then this one with some kind of wrap on it. Then I'll have the one up, one down, closer in with my flatten. I think that's about it. I ain't forgot nothing, as far as I know. Although I got halfway in and realised I forgot my sweatshirt, so I had to go back to put that on because I didn't know how cold it was going to be. But I think I could have done with leaving it at home, to be honest with you. Right, that's enough of the waffle for now. I'm going to get set up, get my rigs on, bait up, and then I'll bring you back. We'll start fishing. Hopefully get more than one fish today. I mean, as long as I get one, I'll be happy, no blank. But I'd like to get two. So yeah, I'll bring you back. Right, let's have a little go at flavouring these prawns. One up, one down. I haven't got the one with the bell on it though, I can't find it. I didn't lose that the other day, did I? That was the single hook, I'm sure. Anyway, at least that makes John Spalton happy. Right, John? I just seen a comment that appears like he wasn't a big fan of the bell. Don't know why. That bell, John, could be the difference between the 27 centimetre whiting and a 26. You know, like the ones that you catch. But hey yo, each to their own. Who am I to question the great John Spalton? Dr. Bretsky, I presume. Right. Let's pump this baby. Okay, that's working. Okay. Right, we'll get that out there, and then we'll make a mackerel and prawn wrap. Like I said, this one's just going to be in close. Take the bail arm off, knobhead. Right, I'll make this wrap and I'll bring it. There we have a mackerel and prawn wrap, if you can see that swinging. There you go. Does that feel like it's twisted? It is. Right, finally, we are out fishing. Jesus H. Christ. I don't know, I do faff about when I'm setting up, you know. I don't know what it is about me. What time we get here? 1:45? When I last spoke to you, it's now 1:30. 3/4 of an hour just took me. Well, it don't matter, but good job I ain't in a match, isn't it? Everyone would have been 10 fish up on me by now. Talking of that, I'm going to have a go at that next year. Not sea fishing though, but the freshwater fishing. I want to have a go at a little club match. I was talking to Gorse and Tackle about it. They've got one, there's two I think. One that's proper serious and one that ain't so serious, and I ain't doing the serious one. It's just a bit of fun, bit of experience, something I've never done. So, I mean, you guys won't see it unless you switch over to my other channel, Hookaholic Fishing, for all the freshwater stuff. But that won't be till the spring when the weather starts getting nicer. Getting some gear ready as well. I'm up for a... I won't mind if I catch a carp next year, but I'm not fishing for them. I'm going for a couple of PBs. Like I want a perch PB. I want a really nice big perch. Nice PB roach and a PB tench. Possibly some new species like a chub or a barbel. Because once I start touring around the old England though, I ain't just doing the coast, I'm going inland to rivers and lakes like the River Wensum and the River Wye and all that. I want to go all these places I've never been. And you'll be coming along for the journey if you switch to the other channel. Talking of following me, two things. One, I said to you in my couple of videos ago about I lost some subscribers because I hadn't been posting videos. Well, since then I've not only got them back, but I've got 20 extra. So if you've subscribed just recently, thank you very much. I much appreciate it. I think I'm at 1,828 I think. So we're on our way for the old 2,000. I got a bite on that, yep, on that pulley panel. Sorry for pissing about with the camera. Might be crabs. Which obviously when you're fishing on the bottom you're gonna get. I can deal with the crabs just as long as we don't get any weed. But we didn't get any the other day at the parrot house. So maybe we'll get lucky here. Stop now, look. We'll come back to that if I start proper bouncing. I'm not pissing about with crab bites, reeling it in. We'll leave that for a bit. Where was I? Subscribers, that's it. So thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. Hope you like the little new animation thing I did for the like, comments and subscribes. Saves me having to say it, even though I've just said it. Yeah, I'm messing around with the old AI, doing a few of them, different ones, just to add a bit of fun to the channel. Excuse me. Tell you what I'm doing next year as well. I did one yesterday as a kind of mock-up. Remember in the 70s and the 80s, the sort of rudish cartoon postcards you get near the seafront? They were like iconic back in the day. You can't get them anymore, I don't think. Well, I ain't seen any. Anyway, I'm doing some of them, but with me in there, like caricature of me. So I think next year, if I start selling any merch, hoodies and stuff like that, hats, might sell some dirty postcards as well. Just tongue-in-cheek stuff, do you know what I mean? I don't mean like filth. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, I have now, and this might annoy some people, I've now removed myself completely from Facebook. No major reason, I'm just fed up with it. Been on there about 15, 16 years, and I fed up with looking at my phone and always being on that bloody app. So apologies if you've joined the Brett's Fishing Diaries group on there and the Tight Lines and Calm Minds one, although that one is still going to be running because I've made somebody else a moderator for that, and I'll still do the meetups every month, obviously, but somebody else is running it. Just, you know, the group, Facebook group. I'm just done with Facebook. Fed up with people knowing what I'm doing, because you feel obligated to post what you're doing and all that. So I'm just done with it, guys. I'm getting more and more reclusive now, quiet, keep myself to myself, other than fishing friends. So yeah, right, I think that's enough waffle. I'll keep an eye on these and we'll check them in about 10 minutes. Right, they've been in there quite a while, guys. Let's check these baits. I'm guessing they're stripped. Right, the bottom one was stripped. The top one still had a prawn on it. A little bit of weed, but nothing to go mad about. So I've rebaited and I've tipped the top one, the prawn, with a bit of mackerel. Look at this putty panel then. Temperatures dropped again. It's gone back to being December. Gave me a brief glimpse of what early spring might be like. Then I just pulled the plug and went, that's it, that's your lot. Still a pleasant day though, considering it is December. No bites as yet. I thought I'd be inundated with whiting right now. I'm sure I was last year at this time. I say I was going back to some of my old videos like 2 years ago, and it was just fish after fish. Mainly whiting and a few dabs, but it was loads. Tell you what I saw yesterday, it made me laugh. I was on eBay looking for a Christmas present for my nephew, and then I saw this thing, and I couldn't believe it. It was £18.50 plus delivery. Don't know what it was. A cereal box of shreddies from the 80s. Tony the Tiger on it. £18.50. There was no cereal in it or nothing, obviously. It was just simply the box, and that was mint. And it weren't because it had Tony the Tiger on it or nothing like that. That was because on the inside of the box, you remember when we were kids and you had cereal and you'd cut the box up at the end, open it up, and it'd have like puzzles or games on there, things you could make out of the cardboard and stuff like that. They had that on there. And that's a nice thing to reminisce about, but I don't think I'd be paying £18.50 for it. It's amazing, isn't it? How things that we had as kids, a lot of things you even took for granted, are just worth good money now. When I used to go see my old man on weekends, every weekend he'd buy me a Matchbox car. In good nick, with an immaculate box. They're worth a lot of money now. But you have to be some kind of special kid to keep them in that kind of condition, wouldn't you? I mean, when you get them, you open the box, sling the box, and play with the car, don't you? Oh, I got a bite on the pulley panel. Unless that was a crab. Stop now. That was a good bite. Yeah, I mean, I remember like every Christmas, my great-grandmother would buy me an annual, you know, like Beano, Dandy, Whizzer and Chips, all them. Every single year from about 1976 onwards. They're worth good money now, if you still got them in good nick. I used to get the Beano comic every week. I was in the Nasher Club. Sent away for it, got a little badge, a little furry badge with his face on it for Nasher. That was it, that's all you got. It was just that little badge. I don't know what the club was about. I used to love comics. I'd sit there for hours. I had a friend of mine, he had literally hundreds and hundreds of them. But they're worth money now and all. In good nick. There was a few annuals I had that I really, really loved. One of them was Asterix the Gaul. I loved him. And it was his mate Obelix. big fat one who fell in the cauldron as a kid. I've got a hand warmer in my bag. What are we doing? Back to say, these are mega. They're the best things I've ever bought. And they were only, don't know where the other one is, but I think they were only about 12 quid. These things get so hot you can't hold them. I thought about getting some of those heated gloves, but I hate wearing gloves. I mean, I like wearing them to keep warm. If I'm just sitting here watching the ride, it'll be alright. But then you take them off because you have to do something, bait up or whatever. You know, you can't do it with your gloves on, can you? Well, I'll put that in my pocket, let that warm up a bit. He says, come on. Oh, that's getting hot already. That's lovely. I'll have to get a massive one of these and put it in my bed. Water's calm. There's obviously no wind. Little 4-ounce weight, that's holding. On that one up, one down, I've got a rolling lead. Thought that might just find a pocket. But there's some big fishies living. I'll have another coffee, I think. I was just thinking, I was so quiet here today because I'm normally moaning about people pulling pallets and stuff about. Then I remembered it's Saturday, innit? Forget what day it is these days. I was thinking on the way, I can't believe it's so dead here. Now, I mean, that water must be cold enough now. I was thinking on the way here, you know, if I was mayor of Yarmouth in Gorleston, first thing I'd do is say, right, this week we're dredging that river. Every single thing out of that river, out. I want it done pronto. Every shopping trolley, every push bike, God knows what else people have dumped in there. Get it out. Next week, I want all floodlights on the pier and shelters at the end with gas heaters as well as lights and a built-in baiting table. And the bottom of the watchtower I want to be turned into a cafe so you can get a cup of tea and a bacon roll brought to you. I think that's good enough for me to be mad, don't you? Anything else that need doing in Yarmouth? Sort it out amongst yourselves. Oh, and by the way, the car park is now free for locals and holiday makers. I think I'd win. Just putting that in my quest. If you can think of anything else that need doing around here to help me become mayor or the local MP, let me know in the comments. Well, I'm going to give this another 5 minutes and I'm going to reel in and check the baits again. So Well, nothing. Bloody boat has got my line. I was pulling that rod down. I thought I had like a 30-pound cod on there the way that was bending. Well, nothing. Well, we've got crabs and we've got definite weed. At least we ain't had a snag. That's alright. I've had a couple of comments asking if I'd show baiting up. Not sure why. I'm no expert. I don't do anything fancy, as you know. Mr. Simple, that's me. But I will show you if you want. So when I'm putting my prawns on, I've seen a lot of people. They come in from the underneath and they go through the tail. Can you see what I'm doing? Through the tail underneath and bring the hook out here. So the prawn covers most of the hook. That's good. But I don't use hooks big enough for that. Well, I do, but that'd have to be a much smaller prawn or even a lot of shrimp. So what I do, there's my elastic. So what I do is I come in just behind the head in the body, like that, bring it up through the head, then extend the tail along the shank, and then elasticate it on like that. There we go. So the hook's still proud. Proud as punch is. What do I do with my anesthetic? Hold up, I've lost my special sauce. Oh, there it is. So we'll give him a little dose. Oh. I'll put a bit of mackerel on the bottom on this time. Again, nothing special. I saw somebody once sort of say you go through the flesh side and out through the skin, so it stops it from sort of coming off. So that's what we'll do for now. Right, hands are getting cold now. Forgot about my heater, didn't I? I'll go a bit further this time. Right, I'll make a little mackerel wrap up for the other one and I'll get that out. Oh, it's getting cold now, guys. Oh. Nearly out of coffee. It is now bang on 3 o'clock. And that sun's gone behind the buildings, that's probably why it's gone cold. So low in the winter, and I hate it. Driving along and that's just right in your face, blinding you. I was flicking through Netflix last night, just scrolling, trying to find a new series to watch. Because I watched YouTube for most of the evening, and for that last hour before bed, I'd sit down and watch the telly for a bit. But I struggle these days to find anything that really grasps me, you know? It's all bollocks and special effects and 10 decibels of guns going off. It's like nobody knows how to write an actual story anymore. You know what I mean? With some proper acting in it, not AI. But anyway, then I saw an advert for a film starring Jamie Lee Curtis. She's looking old, bless her. All grey hair and that. Still looks good for her age, whatever age she is. But you remember her first ever film that she was in? Halloween. Do you remember that shit? Halloween. Mind you, I say shit, that was scary at the time. I was quite young. Even now, I think if I was to look out the bedroom window and standing there in the garden looking at me as some dude with a white mask, I think I'd crap myself. Now. Never liked horrors. Ever. Not because they scared me so much, not especially not as an adult, but I just don't find it entertaining. People getting cut up, tortured, murdered. Just not my thing. I remember when we had the Betamax video recorder, top loader, and Dad brought a box full of pirate tapes from the rig. And me and Nicky would just sit there for hours and hours, just going through all these, and we come across one, that was a horror. That was called, it was about a house. The Amityville Horror. That was it. Amityville Horror. Weird. What was that other one with a house? The house was haunted. Poltergeist. That was the one. That little blonde girl ended up in the telly. This house is clear. Little dumpy psychic woman. Oh. Need my hand warmer again. My hands are freezing. But talk about the horrors. Do you remember your first ever horror? Again, that was on Betamax. It was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Jesus, how old is that one? It was pretty gruesome. That and Watership Down. Hey, that was a horror to me when I was 5. Freaky film that was. I was thinking, you know, the other day when I unfortunately dropped that whiting down the drain, that was still on my mind that night. And that reminded me of a horror. Now, was it called crocodile or alligator? I think it was alligator. Where that kid had a pet one. And one of his parents, I think, flushed it down the bog. And it grew up down in the sewer and got gigantic and come up through the concrete and started terrorising the neighbourhood. What a load of chunk. Then they went through them all, didn't they? All the different animals and that. What you had? The bees, the killer bees. What was that called? The swarm. Then you had the birds. And there was one with a load of killer ants. Can't remember what that was called. Then you had the spiders, didn't you? Arachnophobia. And I think they run out of creepy crawlies. We have to find the other one. My body's alright. I'm quite warm. My body. I've got my thermal long johns on as normal. They're brilliant. Can't beat them. It's just my hands and my face. So are we going to get one on the last hurrah, the last reel in, like the last two times? Save the blank. I hope so. I ain't done too bad actually the last few sessions. I haven't blanked. This could be the first one to knock that back. I think I'll give it another hour, I think. What did I say high tide was? 4:30. It's 3:20. So yeah, we'll be another hour, we'll be practically on high tide. I should really stay for another hour after that as it starts to ebb, but it's getting a bit cold now. My little dandies are hurting. Put my gloves back on. Come another boat to take out my pulley pedal. Like as if I weren't tangled up enough already. I'm sure you could go a bit further over, you know. Yeah, that's caught up. Cheers. Move the rod then. It's just where it catches under the bottom. It's not actually being caught up. But now that's probably wrecked. Moanage. I don't like moaning, you know. But he's got, I know he's a big boat, but he could go over there at least another 20 foot. Probably like that. Is that Bretsky? Come the pilot boat really even closer in, just to completely take out my rig. Right, I'll bring you back in a minute. Right, I'm going to reel in and check these baits. Quick little fun fact for you though. Just had a big V of Canadian geese. Or Canada geese, whatever you want to call them. Are they Canada geese or Canadian? Canada geese, aren't they? Anyway, they just flew over and I thought, why would they migrate to the UK? It's not exactly warm here, is it? So I just googled it. They don't migrate here. They were introduced into Britain centuries ago, so they're here all year round, and they're widespread and they're populating well. Although apparently they do migrate to here from other countries during the winter months. So I guess whatever's colder than there during the winter, close, they come over here. So there you go. Some more useful shit that you'll never use unless it come up in a pub quiz. Talking about animals and stuff, I went an advert and I thought it was something the other day about these beavers that we've got in the rivers. And they'd built a dam, and some people were moaning about this dam they'd built that was stopping the flow, but when the Environment Agency looked at it, this dam was stopping all the crap and sewage and stuff coming down the river. So they're not stupid at all, are they? They're like nature's way of preserving the rivers. You lot are crap at it, so we're going to do our own. I thought that was quite cool. Right, let's reel these in. fall over in a minute. Right, I'm going to call that my last go. I'm getting cold now. My hands are just hurting. I've got both of them just down by the wall now. That's really weedy out near the middle. And I was getting on my nerves. Plus my hands are too cold to be pulling that crap off. But they ain't been too bad really throughout the session. So I've got mackerel on everything. See if we can't develop something for the next 20 minutes. Hat's getting on my tits and all. I'm getting annoyed now. Where's my... Oh, it's around my head. Idiot. Looking for this. Yeah, you can tell I'm getting cold because I'm starting to get agitated. And I ain't had any lunch. Did forget to bring a cheese roll. It's a lovely pink sky going on over there. What is it? Red sky at night, shepherd's delight? The hell does that mean? Why is he so happy with the red sky? Other than the fact that usually means it's going to be sunny tomorrow, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to have one more coffee because I've only got one left in there, I think. Which reminds me, I've got to get some more coffee, mate, on the way home. And I'll bring you back. Starting to lose the light now and all. I think I'll start packing some bits up. Don't know what the temperature is, but it's not warm. Don't forget, Mr. Spalton, if you want one of my jingle bells rigged, just give me a shout, buddy. I'll gladly do it for you. Just think you'd be the envy of your next match, right? Make you a nice 3-hook flapper jingle bell rig with a bell on each snood. You'd be catching 36 centimetre wide instead of 26. You could be the jingle of the shingle. You know, a stocking filler for you for Crimbo. Anyway, let me know. Well, it's been a nice session. I'm still to reel in yet. Could be something hanging on there, you know. Little whiting feeling sorry for me. So I'll bring you back in a minute when I start reeling. I'm going to pack some bits up. We're now going to reel in for the last time. Before we do, I thought I'd just show you the sky that I'm enjoying right now. It doesn't really show up so well on the camera, but lovely blues and pinks. I keep going out of focus, doesn't it? What a shit. But it is nice. I don't want to hold out a lot of hope for a saviour this time, but we'll go with me. No, not this time, guys. It's a blank, but there you go. That's how it goes, isn't it? Bound to happen to me sooner or later. Couldn't have 3 sessions in a row with fish, could we? Right, that's the end of it. I'm now going to pack down and get them and get in the warm. Thanks for joining me, guys. Much appreciated. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Tight lines, calm minds. Ta-da, guys. Bye-bye.